Hello, good afternoon. My name is Elizabeth Girald. I am the Director of Education and Training for DermaSwiss, and it's a big pleasure to be with you here this afternoon. We have many people connected for this webinar, and as well, I know that many of you that are seeing the webinar right now is because you will be seeing the recording, okay? Of the webinar. So thank you so much for taking your time to share with us, for taking your time to know more about DermaSwiss products. So we are going to start right now talking a little bit about our company. We are an exclusive skincare brand with more than 27 years in the industry already. So we are not the new kid in the block. You know, we have ingredients from the highest quality botanical, marine, biological ingredients. We do not make tests in animals. We do not have parabens in our products. And we have products for all skin types and conditions as well. We have products in the professional size for your back bar and as well in the retail size for you to recommend to your clients for use at home. Another thing very important from our company is that when you start working with us, you are going to have a representative, which is a person that's going to be the link between you and our company. It's a person that's going to be giving you the information about products, protocols, ingredients. So always try to be in contact with your representative, because anything you may need from us, any information you may need from us, that's the person that you should contact, okay, for all of that information. So we are going to be sharing now advantages of DermaSwiss line. And one of those advantages is actually what we are going to talk today about, and it is about our chemical peels. Here I have, this is the Pilex Plus kit, okay? Here we have 5 chemical peels, and we have here the neutralizer, which comes in the same size and bottle than the chemical peels. And the neutralizer is the alkaline solution that we are going to use to neutralize all DermaSwiss chemical peels. Okay, so in our chemical peels, we have the mandelic acid, the lactic acid, the glycolic acid 30%, glycolic acid 40%, and the salicylic acid 15%. Which are the advantages of using our chemical peels? Okay, first, our chemical peels are going to work in the skin more progressive than aggressive. What that means? That means that when you apply a chemical peel from DermaSwiss, it's not going to be that product that's going to generate that huge amount of desquamation in the skin, and that you apply our chemical peel and you can do anything else in the skin. That's not going to happen with us. Our chemical peels are a little bit more gentle, and still you need to have in mind that you cannot go over the time, the minimum, the maximum time of application that we give for each of the chemical peels. And we are going to be talking about this. I want to remind you that if you have any question or any comment, you can place it in the chat windows, so I can answer your doubts, okay? Okay, so I am sharing with you here right now. This is our cocktails, the cocktails that we make with our derma scrub. And we make these cocktails when we are going to work, you know, in facial cleansing, and we are going to do extractions. You know, sometimes when you are going to do the extractions, it gets really hard, it gets really difficult, you know, to extract those blackheads or comedos, because the person, the client, has too much time without doing a facial to themselves, or you know, things like that, or because you have a very thin skin, dehydrated skin. So we have these mixtures, these cocktails that are going to work as desincrustants. A desincrustant is a product or a mixture that we apply to the skin to open the pores, to soften the blackheads, and then make the extractions, and then do the extractions, right? So here we are bringing the mixture for normal skin or rosacea. This is the first mixture that we have in the image. And we are going to mix the derma scrub with 2 pumps of glycosol. Now, what is the glycosol? Glycosol is this product I have right here in my hands, okay? And glycosol is a gel with glycolic acid 12%. This is a wonderful product that we recommend for people that have that has oily skin, thick skin, sometimes those clients with 20, 21, 22 years old that has very oily skin and a little bit of acne, you could recommend to those clients the Epi Factor. And how they are going to use it only in the night. So they are going to alternate the glycosol with the Epi Factor. So you are going to recommend one night glycosol, and the next night Epi Factor. One night glycosol and the other night Epi Factor, okay? Epifactor is a regenerative product that we have. It's a gel as well, and it's going to help regenerate and repair the skin, and as well it has anti-aging properties. So these are the two products that we are going to alternate in the nights when you have that oily skin, thick skin, and as well you can recommend the glycosol for clients that have the skin, you know, that dilated pores, and they want to get, you know, that excess oil from the skin. So that's going to be the glycosol to apply at home only at night. Now, how do we use that product in our facial room? You are going to mix the derma scrub. You are going to mix the derma scrub with the glycosol, with 2 pumps of glycosol, and that's going to be your mixture if you want to do a mini facial, a mini exfoliation, or if you want to use it as a desencrustant. And my personal tip is that I always, after I apply the mixture of the derma scrub with the glycosol, or the mixture of the derma scrub with drops of any other chemical peel, I apply 2 by 2 non-woven wipes, 2 by 2, you know, wet with water. I squeeze them, and I cover the face of the client after applying the disencrustant. I cover the whole face of the client with the 2 by 2, and after the 2 by 2 I apply the steamer for 10 minutes. Believe me, after 10 minutes you remove the steamer, you remove all the 2 by 2s, you remove the disencrustant, and all those blackheads are going to be right there waiting for you to extract them. It's going to be much easier to do it in this way. Okay, so this is the disencrustant mixture. As well, we have the mixture of the derma scrub with some of the chemical peels. You can dilute any of our chemical peels with a scrub, but with exception of the mandelic acid. You are not going to dilute derma scrub with some drops of the mandelic acid. Why not? It's not because you're going to have a reaction or something like that. It is because the mandelic acid per se is too gentle, is too soft. So there is no fun in mixing some drops of the mandelic with the derma scrub. Okay, so let's see, for example, for dry skin, for dehydrated skin, thin skin types, you know, which is very difficult to do some extractions. Just give me 1 second. It's very difficult for those skin types to do the extraction. So in that case, what you are going to mix is the derma scrub with 3 drops of lactic acid. Derma scrub with 3 drops of lactic acid. You are going to do the mixture. Again, you apply it in the whole face of your client, and you cover that with the 2 by 2s, non-woven wipes 2 by 2 with water, okay? And then you apply the steamer on top of that. And the other mixture, the other cocktail that we have, it is mixing the derma scrub with 3 drops of salicylic acid. Mix derma scrub with 3 drops of salicylic acid, and that's the mixture that you are going to use if you are working in acne, if you are working in oily skin, thick skin, okay, before extractions, skin, a comedogenic acne. So this is the mixture that you are going to apply to the skin as a disencrustant. Okay, so I hope that you got the picture, the image of this slide. Okay, so we are going to go ahead. And now our invitation for you to follow us in Instagram. Is so important to have an account for your business in Instagram. Right now, that's one of the platforms that is sharing more easily content about business. Is very, you see that if you post every day, and if you start giving the right information, you are going to have more followers, and even you are going to have new clients that will come from that Instagram from your account. Okay, so I really invite you to follow us at dermaswiss_pro, dermaswiss_pro, and that's the account that we have for our professional clients, for the professionals of the aesthetics. As well, we have the dermaswiss institute account, and that's the account for the institute that we have here in Miami, where we teach the classes for the people that wants to have their skincare specialist license. Okay, and the other account is going to be dermaswiss, and just the account that we have for retail clients. Okay, so let's start talking about chemical peels. So the approach to the skin with ThermaSwiss chemical peels, remember, is going to be more progressive than aggressive. That means that you will have to do more treatments, but you are not going to have that risk of huge irritation or discoloration or things like that. That's not going to happen with dermaswiss chemical peels unless you leave the peel acting in the skin more time than what we suggest to you in each of the protocols. Okay, our chemical peels can be included in any protocol, of course having in mind the skin type and skin condition. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about indications for chemical peels, which are the clients, which are your prospects for chemical peels. Okay, so for photoaged skin, fine, mild, moderate wrinkles, for dull and lifeless skin, for dry skin, for oily skin, for treatments for acne, for rosacea, hyperkeratosis, for any kind of hyperpigmentation. It could be melasma, it could be post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, it could be sun-induced hyperpigmentation, and as well for like acne scars, superficial scars, you could use as well the chemical peels. I really believe that aestheticians, we really need to know how to use chemical peels, the nature of each one of the chemical peels, because there is a huge difference in a treatment when we apply chemical peels or when we don't. You know, the chemical peels for us estheticians is a very, very vital skill, and you will see it, you know, when you apply, when you facial that includes chemical peel, the difference between night and day in the skin. Okay, is what is going to allow us estheticians to penetrate product in the skin. They have different functions and effects in the skin, and we are going to see those ones right now. So I am going to let you know how to use dermaswiss chemical peels. So let's talk a little bit about the contraindications for chemical peels. And in the first place, we have a pregnancy. Of course, we do not apply chemical peels to pregnant women, as well like lactation. We are not going to apply chemical peels to women that are in lactation process. We are not going to apply chemical peels in clients with active herpetic lesions. Actually, we should not do any treatment to a client that has any active herpetic process. You know, are those clients that has little, you know, lesions around the mouth, blisters around the mouth. And sometimes people think that, oh no, I got this because I have stomach troubles, or I got this because this is a damage from the sun. No, that's herpes, that's cold sores, that's a virus. It's very contagious and is going to be in your body forever. There is no cure for herpes, for the cold sores source. So it's very important that when you know that a client can have herpetic breakout, you should not apply very strong chemical peels. For example, if you apply the salicylic acid to a person that have had herpetic breakouts before, they can easily have a new breakout of a herpes, because the salicylic acid is hot, you know, that's the feeling that is going to be in the skin, the sensation, it's hot, and that can trigger the breakout of herpes, okay, of cold sores. So be careful with that. Another contraindication is sunburn or windburn or broken skin. You know, if you have a skin person that has been the whole weekend in the beach or the whole weekend doing any outdoor sport, and you can see the redness in the skin, you can see the erythema in the skin, You have to stay away from the application of chemical peels. If a person have had a waxing, you know, in any part of the face or the body, you cannot apply chemical peels. You need to wait 1 week after they have done the treatment with waxing in order for you to apply the chemical peel. Oh, I have more people here. Thank you so much. I have Tiffany, Victoria, Jadira. I have Ingrid Gonzalez that I haven't seen before. Thank you so much for your time and for being here. Okay, you cannot apply chemical peels to people with warts or other moles. You need to cover, you know, any mole or any wart with Vaseline, and then you apply the chemical peel in the rest of the face. Okay, stay away from those lesions. People that have any kind of autoimmune disease, you know, like it could be psoriasis, it could be vitiligo, you are not going to apply chemical peels. If you have a client that have had any recent radioactive or chemotherapy treatments, a person that have had cancer or have cancer in the present, you are not going to apply chemical peels. Person with allergies to ingredients found in the pills, persons that clients that have used Accutane in the last year, you know, those people that has the oral treatment with Accutane, Roaccutane for the acne, which is the pill that they take for 3 4 months, 5 6 months. You cannot apply chemical peels. People that are using any cream or any product with retinol, tretinoin, retin A, Renova, Differin, Tazorac, Cyana, Avash, Epiduo, you need to discontinue the use of any of these creams with vitamin A derivatives for 1 week, and then you could apply the chemical peel. Okay, so here I want to show you a little bit of these side effects. Just excuse me for this was in Spanish. And okay. Okay, so here we have the side effects, and this is with the application, of course, of a chemical peel. And if you can see, we are what we have here is the frosting. You have to be really careful of frosting. Frosting is when the protein of the skin is burning. So this is like a burning of the skin, and you can see in this skin that skin is like underneath, you know, in all the skin is really red. When you see redness in a skin, when you see that the skin is kind of pinkish, that means dehydration. You know, really be careful with chemical peels if you see that the skin is dehydrated, because there is no water. The skin, when you apply a chemical peel, the first reaction of the skin is going to be to get water up in order to stop that chemical attack, right? Because the skin is going to read that like an attack. So what's going to happen is that if the client doesn't have enough water, is too dehydrated, you know, the client, it can have more risk. You can have more risk of frosting in that skin. So really be careful of that. And how is that going? To start? You are going to see that the skin is going to get more red, more red, more red, and after that you are going to see that is going to start this little foam, like a foam in the skin, you know, like this whitish foam in the skin. That means it's frosting. When you start seeing that, immediately you are going to apply the neutralizer, which is our alkaline solution. And after the neutralizer, you are going to remove everything with plenty of water, okay? That's going to be the process, the steps that you are going to follow in order to treat a client if you have had any frosting, okay? Another thing very important is that if you already created, you know, you see the frosting, it's being generated in the skin, you are going to apply Epifactor, and after the Epifactor, which is our regenerating, repairing gel, after the Epifactor, you are going to apply a collagen and aloe vera mask for 30 minutes. That's our 911 solution, okay? So after the frosting, remove a neutralizer, remove everything with water, dry the skin, apply Epifactor, and apply collagen and aloe vera mask. when we apply a chemical peel to a client, we cannot be, on the phone or not paying attention. We have to be really careful and be looking at the skin of the client in every moment, because in 10 seconds, in 5 seconds, you can see how a frost is going to start. Okay, so as soon as you see that some of the skin is getting too red, sometimes it will happen here in the glabella, in the center of the eyebrows. Sometimes it's going to happen here in the upper part of the cheeks. Sometimes it could happen in the corners, here like around of the mouth. Sometimes you are going to see it easily here in the chin, okay, the chin. So those are areas where you really need to be paying attention. Okay, so let's start talking about the mandelic acid. I really, really, really love mandelic acid. I have many years in in this company. I have almost 9 years working with DermaSwiss, and it's been a wonderful trip, okay, a wonderful travel, like personal growing, professional growing. And in all of these years, after the mandelic acid came out, I really feel that this has been something completely different. It was like a huge discovery for my skin. I used to suffer from a lot of papulopustular acne, inflammation acne, inflammatory acne. And when I started using the mandelic acid, that was a turning point. It was a really difference, a huge difference for my skin, so the mandelic acid is absolutely wonderful for every skin type. This is the one size, this is the one that you really need to have in your back bar. This is the first one that you need to have in your back bar. When you go out of school, don't be afraid, you could use the mandelic acid. This is the chemical peel that you can use in ethnic skin, Fitzpatrick 5, Fitzpatrick 6. This is the chemical peel that we apply to rosacea, to sensitive skin. This is the one that we apply in acne treatment in the acne master protocol. And there is another wonderful thing about our mandelic acid, and it's a no-no, is a law in aesthetics that you cannot apply chemical peels after extractions. So this is the exception of this law. This is the exception of this rule. This is the only chemical peel that you can apply after extractions, because it's gentle, because it's soft, because it's friendly. It is friendly. And the thing with the mandelic acid is that the molecule is really big. Okay, so there is one point when the mandelic acid cannot penetrate anymore in the skin. Still, you need to neutralize it with a neutralizer, and the maximum amount of time that you are going to leave the mandelic acid is going to be 8 minutes. Okay, we are going to leave the mandelic acid to work in the skin for 8 minutes. Okay, so we are going to use this one for acne, for rosacea, for sensitive skin, for hyperpigmentation. Is special by nature, is so wonderful for hyperpigmentation, because it's not going to generate any inflammation in ethnic skin. For example, it's not going to generate any inflammation in in any melasma, in any client with hyperpigmentation. So the less inflammation you have, the better. Okay, when you are working with hyperpigmentation, you should not apply any treatment that generate inflammation in a person that is prone to hyperpigmentation. Okay, so mandelic acid, 8 minutes. And here I'm bringing you, this is the brightening illuminating protocol. This is the first protocol that we recommend to new clients in DermaSwiss. And why is that? It's because this is one of our master protocols, and this is a protocol that you can do in almost all the clients. And these master protocols, each one of them have a kit of products that you are going to make your investment in order to do this protocol. So when you do your investment in the brightening illuminating kit, it has a price of $410. Today and tomorrow we have it only for you guys with a 10% discount. Okay, okay, for the people that just got today into this webinar, you have today and tomorrow to buy the binding illuminating protocol with a 10% discount. Why is this a smart investment? Because you are going to have minimum 25 services with this kit. I am talking minimum. Why? Because each of our chemical pills have is going to allow you, is going to yield you 25 to 27 applications, because you are going to use the whole dropper. You are going to serve the whole dropper for each application of the chemical peel for the whole face. So the minimum that this bottle is going to yield is going to be between 25 and 27 droppers. So this is the minimum services that you are going to get out of this kit. And the other thing is you are going to charge $110 for the brightening illuminating protocol. So if you do the math, it's going to be 110 times 25. And that's the minimum, I repeat, that you are going to obtain in return of your investment in this kit. That's why we always recommend the brightening illuminating protocol to start working. When you learn how to do this protocol, you are going to see wonders in the skin, because clients are always going to be so happy. The skin is going to be glowing. You can do it in everybody because it's very light, it's very friendly, it's very soft with the mandelic acid, so you don't have the risk of burning anybody or having any reaction. So this is a perfect protocol if you really want to start doing an investment and getting money back. So this is perfect. After the brightening illuminating protocol, we have the acne protocol, the acne master protocol, which is one that is as well has the mandelic acid. We are going to use the mandelic acid in this protocol as well. And I want to let you know, guys, that this acne protocol is absolutely phenomenal, and you are going to see difference since the first session. Anyways, remember, do not create false expectations in your clients. It's always good to tell to your acne clients, to allow you 6 months for you to do the professional treatment, and as well for them to use the treatments and the products at home to allow a change in the skin. So this is our master acne protocol. If you follow all the steps one by one how they are here, you are going to see huge difference in the skin, because the mandelic acid is very antibacterial. Is going to prevent future breakouts. Is a chemical peel that is going to help diminish hyperpigmentation. So it's going to work in all the different sides to attack the acne. It's going to be perfect with application of this chemical peel. Okay, so now here we have the rosacea and sensitive skin master protocol. And here in this one, we are going to use as well the mandelic acid. Phenomenal protocol as well. You are going to see huge difference in the rosacea. The mandelic acid helps to diminish the redness. It helps if you have any papulopustular rosacea as well. Is going to help control the mites, which are the main trouble in that rosacea, one of the main troubles in that rosacea. Okay, so this protocol is going to be wonderful as well for your clients with rosacea or with sensitive skin. You can apply the mandelic in sensitive skin, people with barrier function damaged or things like that. Is going to be perfect, the use of this one. There is one thing with the mandelic that you need to have in mind. This is a chemical peel. When you apply it, 3 or 4 days later, you are going to see a little bit of desquamation, a micro desquamation in the client. And it's because this chemical peel is going to dry a little bit, okay, the skin. So have that in mind. Okay, so here we have papulopustular acne with dehydration. Okay, and we are going to use here the acne protocol, and here as well acne protocol, papulopustular acne. You can see here as well acne master protocol. Okay, and when you receive a new client with acne, what you're going to do is to do the master protocol, acne master protocol, every 15 days. When you receive that client for the first time, that client was not having any treatment for the acne, you are going to do the acne master protocol every 15 days for 6 sessions. Okay, so that means that you are going to be treating that for 3 months every 15 days, and then you are going to space the treatment to once a month. Okay, here as well, we have more papulopustular acne. Again, we are going to use here the acne master protocol, the mandelic acid. You can see here papules, pustules, nodes, whiteheads, pustules here, blackheads, everything on this papulopustular acne. And here, it's a very severe papulopustular acne, oily skin, very oily skin, dilated pores, a lot of oil, in-ground hairs. And for this one, again, you are going to do the acne master protocol every 15 days for 6 sessions, and then you space it to once a month. Okay, here we have the rosacea, papulopustular rosacea. And just give me one moment here. And okay, this is the protocol for rosacea. This is the example that we have for rosacea as well. It could be acne, with a very really bad dehydration. Okay, so in this client, you are going to use or acne, you could go with the acne master protocol, or you could go with the rosacea protocol. And here we have, again, this is really papulopustular rosacea. Look at the breakouts or the lesions here in the cheeks, okay, and the redness. Okay, so this is master protocol for rosacea. Okay, and now here we are seeing acne in ethnic skin. Acne in ethnic skin. It's a wonderful, remind you that mandelic acid is going to be absolutely perfect for Fitzpatrick 5, Fitzpatrick 6. Sometimes we are a little bit afraid of applying chemical peels to those clients because they can frost very easily, and they can have, they can produce hyperpigmentation. You can generate a hyperpigmentation very easily if you have any frosting or any burn in the skin. So you should be away from those strong chemical peels for those Fitzpatricks, for those ethnic skins. So here you can always go with the acne master protocol. And after you have control, after you have controlled the acne, if a person that doesn't have acne anymore, but they have the hyperpigmentation after the acne, the blemishes after the acne, then you can go with the clarifying, illuminating, brightening, illuminating master protocol. Okay, brightening, illuminating master protocol. Okay, so here we have ethnic skin, again, Fitzpatrick 5, Fitzpatrick 6, acne, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and we are going to work in these ones as well with the mandelic acid. Here we can see melasma and sun-induced hyperpigmentation. You can see a really bad hyperpigmentation here. I would say completely this is a mixture. Why I would say it's a mixture? Because you can see the blemish as well in the mustache, in the upper part of the lips. And when you see hyperpigmentation, there usually is hormonal hyperpigmentation, or it could be a bad treatment of waxing. Sometimes people that wax the upper lips, they can have the hyperpigmentation due to maybe a too hot wax, or maybe a wax that causes a reaction on their skins or things like that. Okay, so it could be a hormonal hyperpigmentation, or it could be waxing. But here you can see it's a hormonal hyperpigmentation, and it's mixed with sun-induced hyperpigmentation. You can see the hyperpigmentation, like little freckles, and the hypopigmentations, like here in this part of the skin. So that's going to be cause for the excessive exposure of the skin to the sun for many years. Okay, usually people that has melasma is the common denominator, that they have exposure their skin to sun for many years. That's a very common denominator. So we really have to avoid, that excessive exposure to the sun, and more in clients that have any kind of hyperpigmentation, because any little a bit of sun that you get is going to worsen the hyperpigmentation. So here you can see melasma as well, and we are going to use here the brightening, excuse me, where I was here. Okay, you are going to use as well here the brightening illuminating master protocol. Is that protocol is wonderful for any kind of hyperpigmentation, and it is because you are going to work with the Mandeli, so you are not going to be causing any inflammation in the skin. Okay, so let's go to the lactic acid. The lactic acid is extracted from the lactose, and you know, usually from the fermented sugar in the milk. This is an alpha hydroxy acid, and the lactic acid is so wonderful for dehydrated skin. This is the one that is going to give more hydration to the skin. This is the one that is going to cause less allergic reactions, because we by nature have the lactic acid in our bodies. So you know, there is no you don't have that risk of allergic reactions. The lactic acid is going to be absolutely wonderful for wrinkles, for mature skin, for devitalized skin, dehydrated skin. Okay, this is the one that we recommend for the treatments of underarm, you know, to help brighten the underarm, to help diminish the hyperpigmentation in underarms. And this is the one that we are going to use in the growing, you know, when you want to bring down the hyperpigmentation as well I'm sorry, in those areas. Okay, so the lactic acid is a powerful hydrating, it has powerful hydrating properties, and as well is going to stimulate collagen synthesis, and is going to thicken the dermis, and is going to thicken the epidermis as well. Okay, what's the thing with the lactic acid? You should not apply the lactic acid if you have a client that is not going to be very disciplined, you know, and stay away from the sun, because the lactic acid is the one that is going to generate more photo sensitive, you know, in the skin. So the skin is going to be very is going to have this sensitivity to the sun. So you should not apply lactic acid if your client is not going to be like 2 or 3 weeks away from the exposition to from the exposure to the sun. Okay, lactic acid is going to be absolutely wonderful for people with sun damage. Okay, it's very good for clients with sun damage. You can apply any chemical peel, all of them are going to be wonderful for that skin, but the lactic acid is going to do a wonderful work in that skin. When you apply the lactic acid, you are going to see that the skin is going to be like very white, very brightened. I call it the moon shine, you know, because the skin is going to be with that moon glow. Okay, when you apply the lactic acid. So here we have the lactic acid for sun damage, and this is the protocol nourishing anti-aging. Okay, this is the protocol where we are going to apply the the lactic acid. Okay, you can work with the lactic acid directly in the skin, or you can mix it and dilute it with our derma scrub. Okay, you are going to work in this protocol with the Vita olive peel off mask. It's wonderful with spirulina, with extract of green of olives oil, with rosemary. You know, this is the Vita olive peel off mask. You are going to work with the Supreme Night Cream, which is this wonderful cream, anti-aging and hydrating cream, smells wonderful, beauty. And this is the Supreme Night Cream. Okay, with vitamin C, middle from panthenol, with apple stem cells, with argireline, which is a peptide that's going to prevent wrinkles. So this is a lovely, lovely, lovely night cream. You can apply to dry skin, mature skin, combination even skin. You could apply the Supreme Night Cream. So we are going to mix the Supreme Night Cream with our golden serum, which is the Derma C. And with that mixture, you are going to do a beautiful massage in the skin, on the skin, okay, for 5 minutes to penetrate that mixture. And after the mixture, you apply After that massage, you apply the Vita Olive. So this is the nourishing anti-aging protocol, for dry, devitalized, mature, dehydrated skin. And here we have the protocol for underarm hyperpigmentation, to diminish underarm hyperpigmentation. This is the one that you can use as well, in the groin, around the intimate areas, not directly in the intimate areas, but around the intimate areas. You could use this protocol. And if you see here, we first apply the scrub and we do an activation of the dermal scrub. And after the scrub, we are going to remove it with water and apply the lactic acid for 8 minutes. There is a big difference if you are working in a person that has hyperpigmentation, underarm hyperpigmentation, depending of the cause. Okay, if you have underarm hyperpigmentation and it's caused because the person was pregnant, or hormonal troubles, or thyroid troubles, all of that hormonal hyperpigmentation is very hard to treat because it's coming from the inside of the body. So don't really expect a huge, transformation in that. It's gonna help, but it's not gonna be like you are going to disappear, okay? The hyperpigmentation. Now, if that underarm hyperpigmentation is caused because the friction of the clothing, or because the person sweat, profuse sweat too much, or because the person is a little bit overweight, or because the person is using a wrong deodorant, or because the person got a waxing, bad treatment of waxing, or because the person is shaving, shaving usually, those hyperpigmentations, yes, you are going to have a very good results in those ones, okay? And we are going to work with the lactic acid again. So here, this is the protocol. You have it here, or you can ask to your representative for the master protocols book, because that is one, that you are going to be using with all the main protocols, master protocols book. You are going to get, more protocols when you buy, the products. Of course, you are going to be you are going to be getting the protocols. Okay, so let's go to the glycolic acid. Our glycolic acid, 30%. There are a lot of different uses for this glycolic acid. Remember, the glycolic acid is the one that has the molecule very little, very tiny. So this chemical peel is going to penetrate very easy in the skin and very deep in the skin if you allow it, okay? The glycolic acid is going to thin the stratum corneum. So when you see those clients that have the skin very thin, usually here around the forehead, sometimes that's due to the often use, okay, systematic use of glycolic acid. That's going to be the result of the glycolic acid. It's going to thin the skin. And that's why this is the product that we recommend for thick skin, dilated pores, the glycocell, to use in the nights at home, because it contains glycolic acid. So it's going to help get the excess oil from the skin and help diminish dilated pores and help diminish, that thickness of the corneum stratum. So the glycolic as well is a very used chemical peel by doctors, dermatologists. They love the glycolic. Why? Because this one is the one that is going to stimulate the production of collagen the most of all the chemical peels, okay? It's very widely used by dermatologists because of that. It's wonderful for wrinkles, is wonderful for devitalized, for mature skin. Is going to be very good. And I like it a lot for oily skin, for thick skin, because it's going to help me little by little to thin a little bit that skin. Okay, so look at here we have some damaged skin. You can see hyperpigmentation and hypopigmentation. excessive exposure to the sun, you could go with the glycolic acid. Here you can see mature skin, Fitzpatrick 2, you can see wrinkles, nasolabial fold, a very pronounced nasolabial fold, more wrinkles, here in the right, mature skin. So for all of this skin, the glycolic acid 30% is going to be wonderful. Actually, you could go in this Fitzpatrick 2, you could go, for example, with a glycolic acid 40%. It's going to be stronger because you have more concentration of the glycolic acid there. Okay, so for this one, you could very easily go with the glycolic 40%. You should avoid, for example, the glycolic 40% in Fitzpatrick 5, Fitzpatrick 6, because this is going to be a strong chemical peel. It's going to penetrate easy in the skin. It's going to penetrate deep in the skin, and it could generate any kind of inflammation, some kind of inflammation. So here we have more sun damage and melasma as well. And here you could work with the brightening illuminating protocol, and you could work with radiancy protocol. Okay, brightening illuminating protocol, and you could work with a radiancy protocol. So 1 month you work with the brightening illuminating, and the other month you work with the radiancy protocol. Here is the radiancy protocol. Okay, I really love this one. The skin is gonna end like crystal, like very, very shiny, very glowy, brightened, illuminated, radiancy. We are going to work with the vitamin C mask, and this mask is going to help as well brighten the skin. So after this protocol, you are going to see huge difference in the skin. Okay, so this is the radiancy protocol. And here you have the hydrating anti-wrinkle master protocol. You are going to use in this one as well the glycolic acid 30%, or you could use the 40% depending of the skin if the skin is tolerant, okay, to the 40%, and depending as well on the Fitzpatrick. So this hydrating anti-wrinkle is like if you are ironing the wrinkles from the skin, this is absolutely wonderful for mature skin, for wrinkles. And in this protocol, we are going to work after the chemical peel, we are going to work with 3 layers of hyaluronic acid, so it's going to get volume in the skin, is going to kind of erase, the wrinkle, is going to hydrate the skin very deep. And I really love this one too, the hydrating anti-wrinkle master protocol. Okay, so here we have the keratosis pilaris, that folliculitis that you can see sometimes in the exterior upper part of the arms of the clients. And we are going to work here as well with the glycolic acid 30%, and we are going to apply it for 3 minutes. Of course, cleanse the skin first with the derma cleanser, and then you dry the skin, apply the glycolic acid 30% for 3 minutes, and then apply the neutralizer, remove everything with water, and apply the epifactor. This is the protocol for keratosis pilaris. We have many clients with keratosis pilaris, and the treatment at home will be with the glycocell, okay? Every other night. We recommend them the use of the glycocell for the keratosis pilaris. The glycocell is going to be very good for elbows, for the knees. You could apply to yourself in your home at night. It's going to be wonderful for that breakout that some people have in the gluteus, in the lower part of the gluteus, sometimes because the clients are seated the whole day, or maybe they are in some, humid or hot weather, and they can get this breakout in the lower part of the gluteus. So you can recommend them the glycocell as well to use in the nights at home. And I would like to know if you have any question until here. I haven't seen any question, any comment. You could send me those ones, put me those ones in the chat window, okay, where it says more, so I can answer any of your questions. Okay, so let's keep going. And we have here the 40% glycolic acid. You can, in all the protocols where you see the glycolic 30%, you could as well always with the glycolic acid 40%. 40% of course is going to be stronger. Use it for Fitzpatrick 1, 2, 3. And as well, we are going to use the 40% for the protocol for stretch marks. Absolutely good for stretch marks protocol. And we are going to use it as soon as possible. That means when your client got the stretch marks in the first year, in the first 6 months, that's the momentum. Why? Because there is still vascularization in the area, okay? That's the perfect moment to work in the stretch marks, in the first month of where the client got them. Of course, after that, you can work. The results are not going to be so dramatic, but still you could go and work with the glycolic acid 40%. You are going to apply every week, okay? Once a week, you are going to apply the glycolic acid 40%, and you are going to do that with a Q-tip. So you get your Q-tip with glycolic acid 40%, and you are going to apply it in the pinkish or the red part of the stretch marks, okay? No in the skin, but where the skin broke, okay? In the red or pinkish part of the stretch mark is where you are going to apply it. Jadira asked me, can I use any of the chemical peels of the acids under the eyes? Yadira, it's supposed that we should not apply chemical peels, you know, in the area under the eyes. What I recommend you to do, we have a protocol for eyes. Ask for it to your representative. And what we do for that one is we mix the derma scrub with the glycosol. So you get just a little bit of derma scrub and you get 1 pump of glycosol, and with the ring finger, which is this one, you are going to apply that mixture very gentle, very soft to your wrinkles and the eye contour area, okay? And it's going to help you diminish a little bit, you know, it's going to help you with hyperpigmentation if it is not genetic. With hyperpigmentation is going to help you, you know, with the wrinkles, dead cells in that area. And then you are going to apply the brightening mask over the eyes, all over the eyes, okay? And then after removing the mask, you are going to apply our eye cream, which is wonderful for baggy eyes, for bags under the eyes. It's going to be wonderful for wrinkles around the eyes. It's going to be wonderful for dark, you know, for dark around the eyes, dark zones, dark areas around the eyes. Okay, so you can do the stretch marks protocol once a week or every 15 days, minimum 10 sessions for you to see the difference in that skin. And last but not least, we have the salicylic acid. And the salicylic acid, I sometimes see there is a little bit of misconception about the salicylic, because when we go to school and we heard the word oily or acne, the first recommendation that you receive is apply salicylic acid. And we say here, no, be careful, because if you have an oily skin or acne skin with dehydration, you are going to frost that skin with a salicylic acid, okay? So stay away of redness or, you know, pinkish skin if you are going to apply a salicylic acid, because you can burn that skin very, very easily. The salicylic acid is the beta hydroxy acid that we have in the aesthetics. Is going to penetrate in the skin through the water, through the oil, because this is a oil soluble chemical peel. So it's going to penetrate and penetrate. And if the skin does not have water, if the skin is dehydrated, the skin does not have water to stop the penetration of this acid, and then you get the frosting, and then you get the burning. You are going to apply the salicylic acid for oily skin, thick skin, but hydrated skin, a skin that is not showing you redness, then you can go with the salicylic acid. For hyperkeratinized skin, you know, that yellowish skin, thick skin that you see, it has too much dead cells, wonderful, the salicylic acid. This one is going to clean the follicle, is going to clean the pores. This one is the one that is going to remove more dead cells from the skin than any other. Okay, this is the most keratolytic chemical peels. But be careful, only be careful, okay? There is no reason for you to apply salicylic acid in a sensitive skin. There is no reason for you to apply a salicylic acid in a very thin skin, because what you are going to do there is damage the barrier function. Okay, you don't want to do that. Exfoliation is good, over exfoliation is bad. Take care of the barrier function of the skin of your clients. You know, that's the most important thing in the skin. The barrier function is going to stop the penetration of bad things from the environment, is going to stop the evaporation of the water. Okay, so we need a healthy, we need a strong barrier function. And yes, all skin types needs exfoliation, but you need to pick the right exfoliation. You know, remember, in acne you are not going to do any of mechanical exfoliation. You are going to work in acne with chemical peels, you are going to work with enzymes. You know, always really you need to do a very good skin analysis, and then you pick which is the acid, the chemical peel that you are going to apply. If you are in doubt, always go with the mandelic acid, because there is no loss, okay, in that one. Always, if you are, you know, asking yourself what I have here, what skin, which skin type, which condition, if you have doubt, go with the mandelic acid and you will be saved. Okay. Okay, so let's keep going. And here, for example, we have a comedogenic acne, okay? In this comedogenic acne, we can work with the salicylic acid for 1 minute, and then we do, for example, and then we do the extractions. That's gonna be one way to do it. And here we have the neutralizer. The neutralizer is bicarbonated solution with an alkaline pH to neutralize our chemical peels. If you apply DermaSwiss chemical peels directly to the skin, always, always, always you have to apply the neutralizer on top of the chemical peels. Okay, so there's something I forgot to tell you about. For example, the lactic acid, you need to leave it for 2-3 minutes, no more than that. Glycolic acid, 2-3 minutes, no more than that. Salicylic acid, 1 to 2 minutes, no more than that. Okay, those are the times of function of to leave the acid in the chemical peel. Okay, so after the time you apply the neutralizer, and then you remove everything with water. So here we have the Pilex Plus kit. If you know how to work with chemical peels, if you know already how to work with our chemical peels, this is a very fun kit, because you receive here all of the chemical peels of DermaSwiss. You are going to receive here as well the Epifactor in retail size, which is our best seller. You are going to receive the Glycocell in retail size, which is the one that you can mix as well with the Derma Scrub, or you could sell these retail size products. You are going to receive here all the chemical peels, the neutralizer, 2 acid holders, and our brush set. So this is a perfect package if you would like to have all our chemical peels. Okay, and of course today and tomorrow, only for you, the assistance to this webinar, you are going to have it with a 10% discount. Okay, so you can call your representative and let them know which one of the kits you have. So you have this one, and you have the brightening illuminating kit. I really love this one to start working with our products, because here you're going to receive the mandelic acid, the glycolic acid, the neutralizer, the Epifactor, which is our bestseller in professional size, the Derma Scrub in professional size, the Hydra Q10, which is moisturizer in professional size, and the Golden Serum Derma C in professional size. On top of that, you're going to receive 8 units of the brightening mask. You know, this is the hydroplastic mask. Is made with vitamin C and wild wild berries. Okay, so this is the perfect treatment, guys and girls. Try it on yourself, try it, you know, families and clients. Is a perfect treatment for you to expand your business, for you to offer something and different, and you can do it to any of your clients. Brightening illuminating kit with a 10% discount. Okay, and always remember to charge no less than $110 for this treatment. Okay, and okay, so that's everything for today. I really, really, really thank you so much for connecting with us, for studying about our products. Always take your time to study, because you know, I always see estheticians want us, or you know, the representatives, to help to help them. And then we send the videos of the webinars, and then we send the information, and they don't take the time to study. If you do not study, you cannot grow because you don't have the information in your mind. We need to take the time and make the stop, you know, one night in the week, one day in the week to study, because we learn more, we expand our business, we have more satisfied clients, we earn more money. All of that is going to traduce in more money, in expansion for our business. Okay, so in DermaSwiss, we are not a company that only sell products, we are a guide for you for the expansion of your business. So thank you so much. If I don't have any other question, I am going to close the webinar and ask your representative as well for other recordings of other webinars, because we have many of them that can help you. Okay, so thank you so much. I see you in the next one.